Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Eadson, real estate agent with Century 21 MM. And today I'm here with Sophora Acheson, executive director at Ruby's Place. And today we're here to find out about the many wonderful services that Ruby's Place provides to the local community. Let's hear more about that. Thanks for tuning in.
How are you this morning?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
All right. So what does Ruby's Place do? Well, I think we should start with the fact that originally we were called Emergency Shelter Program, and we were started in 1972 by a group of women who attended church together. And we actually were the first organization to open up a domestic violence shelter in the United States.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So that is our historic flagship program. It's still up and running today. It's a 42-bed shelter for women and children who have experienced domestic violence or human trafficking.
All right. So what do members and clients love most about your organization, you would say?
I would say that through our research and gathering information from our clients, something that we tend to hear is it's the first time that they are able to make decisions on their own, that they feel a sense of freedom and a sense of empowerment. They are in charge of their own lives. We take direction from them on what they feel they need, want, and how we can help them.
That's beautiful. And it sounds like you really cater to the experience with clients. Since 1972. That's a long time. All right. And why did you decide to work for Ruby's Place?
Oh, gosh. Well, I have to say that when I very first started my career, I thought I wanted to work with criminals, particularly in the prison system. And what I quickly realized through my internships and mentorships and undergrad is that many of the folks that I was working with who had committed crimes were victims of crime themselves. They had been victims of violence at the hands of their own family, at people that they trusted, and that really contributed to where they were at that stage. And so my focus shifted, and I ended up going to grad school, and I became a licensed therapist. And I really gravitated towards Ruby's Place because I myself am a survivor of domestic violence. And it was really important for me to make sure that this work stays at the forefront of our society, that it doesn't get pushed under the rug, and that people have the opportunity that they need to come out and heal from traumatic situations.
Very important. So I guess that ties into my next question. I believe you answered it already. What was it like when you first started? I think you gave enough information there unless you want to share more about that. But that sounds, I got a really clear picture of that.
I think the only thing that I would add is I've been with Ruby's Place for about 10 years, and there absolutely has been some changes. There's a lot of stereotypes around domestic violence and human trafficking. And I think if you fast forward 10 years, later from when I started working there, there's a lot more awareness and a lot more acceptance in general society around people who have experienced domestic violence, people who are currently struggling in abusive relationships, and also a lot more awareness around human trafficking, that we're not just dealing with immigrants from other countries. We're not just dealing with sex trafficking. There's also labor trafficking as well. And so I would have to say that that awareness has really increased a lot over the last 10 years.
Cool. So that answers my next question, which was, what has surprised you the most while working at Ruby's Place?
Oh gosh, what surprised me the most?
It sounds like the awareness has gone up.
The awareness definitely has gone up. You know, when people ask me, you know, what surprises you or what did you not expect? And I have to say that my motivation and the motivation to grow this organization, to bring in new team members, is the resilience. Every single time, the resilience just pleasantly surprises me of the people that we serve and also of the staff. I mean, these are warriors. I mean, they come in and they're ready to do whatever they need to do to help folks. And the clients that are coming out the other side, I mean, it's just human resilience amazes me.
Got it. And it sounds like they're passionate, the folks that are there. And that's what you need, you know, to keep things going, and that energy. And results are important too, but that experience is even more important. All right. And what does the future hold for your organization?
Oh, good things, I hope.
All right. And
I would say that right now we're currently actually growing pretty rapidly. Yes. Last year we grew 40%, and hopefully we'll continue on that growth trajectory. We've added a lot more to our outreach program. We're doing more education, both on a regional level, state level, and actually nationally, around labor trafficking and different things that we have specialties in. The other thing that we plan on really growing is our housing program. Being in the Bay Area, we all know that housing is a really tough thing to come by, and affordable housing is almost non-existent. So we've really put a lot of energy and time into getting resources to increase our housing program. So we really see a lot of growth in those areas.
Sounds beautiful. Sounds beautiful. And do you have any advice, since you're an executive director, do you have any advice for aspiring leaders?
Oh gosh, I feel like I need to say something wonderfully great here. Aspiring leaders. I think my advice would be, if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Right.
So don't give up. Know that you're going to have some really hard days. People aren't always going to see your vision or potentially believe in you. So hold that for yourself and just keep going.
Keep going. I love it. All right. Sounds like a motivational Monday type of thing. I'll take it. And what's new? What's coming up new with Ruby's Place? Is there anything?
The newest thing on our horizon is our trauma recovery center. So this is a brand new population that we're going to be serving at Ruby's Place. One thing that we realized over the past couple of years is that 100% of our clients were reporting that they had some sort of polyvictimization. Meaning, in addition to domestic violence and human trafficking, they were also experiencing another form of violent crimes. Oh, wow. And so we had the opportunity to open up a trauma recovery center in Southern Alameda County.
Wow.
And so this summer, we are ramping up the program. We're bringing a staff of 6 clinicians on board, including a psychiatrist for medication management, to really help those who have acute trauma due to experiencing a violent crime. And so we're opening up and expanding our population, and also expanding our programming. So that will be up and running in fall. And we are currently knee deep in getting the foundation together for that program.
Sounds good. I know that you moved over to Castro Valley maybe a year or so ago, I believe.
We did, yes. Yeah. So we were located on B Street in Hayward for, probably 13 years. Okay. And in our growth phase, we outgrew our community office, which is, you know, good in one aspect, and then we had to find another home. And so we found a beautiful standalone building in Castro Valley, right off of Baker Road. We're really happy there. We've got some of our admin team as well as our direct service staff, and it's our public office, and we're really excited to be there.
Ooh. I'm looking forward to doing some volunteer work there and just kind of helping out however I can when time allows itself. And one other question before I ask the last question about how you can be reached is, how is, if any, how has COVID-19 impacted your business, if at all?
Yes. Yeah, oh, absolutely has impacted us. You know, at our residential facilities, that's our biggest impacted programs, because we have so many people all with different individual lives, working jobs, going to school, all living in the same house, essentially. And that's, you know, 42 women and children at our largest facility. And so to maintain social distancing, getting the proper PPE, making sure staff are trained on all of the disinfectant policies and procedures was really difficult and challenging in the beginning, because it was, you know, we're already doing crisis work on a normal basis, and then you add the crisis of a pandemic on top of it. It was a lot. And we quickly learned that even though you can be doing everything right, keeping people, you know, families separated from other families, doing virtual services, we actually had an outbreak of COVID in our facility.
Okay.
And, you know, a couple of our clients as well as staff became ill. And so we had to move everybody out into a hotel, come in and clean everything, make sure everybody got tested. We had to do 14 days of quarantine. And then just last week, everybody moved back into the shelter. So it's been a lot. COVID has definitely impacted us.
All right, and last but not least, how can you guys be reached? What's the best way to reach Ruby's?
Yes, there is a couple of ways that you can reach us. If you want to talk to a peer counselor or call our crisis line, that number is area code 510-786-1246. If you'd like more information on how to volunteer, donate, or just want to know more about Ruby's Place, you can give our community office a call, which is 510-581-5626. And then, of course, our website, which is www.rubiesplace.org.
Got it. Well, we're all done. And I just want to say thank you once again for your time and sharing all this great information about Ruby's Place. And I just want to thank everybody out there for tuning in. Once again, I'm Eadson, real estate agent with Century 21 MM. Be sure to check out our local community website at parkbench.com/Jackson Triangle. And if you have a local business and you want to be featured, reach out to me, 510-828-4803, or via email, deadson@c21mm.com. Thanks for tuning in.